If you want to generate more clients, more leads, this entire system took me roughly 1 hour to build, and it takes me 10 minutes every single day to process 2 blog articles for my website. So with this in mind, you are over here, you can see my website at the moment, and I've literally just posted another blog article here. And all I've done here is I've used AI to build out an SEO content machine basically for me. It uploads and schedules all my content here very quickly and easily. And one of the key things, remember, this is going to get it to probably 85 to 90% done. Then it just needs a bit more of a fine tuning for me. So what I want to do here first is show you some of the results. And what then I'm going to do is show you the entire system and what it looks like from, I suppose, the top-down view. And again, what we do is go through my entire process of how I would actually get this up and running. So first things first, we jump over here. You can see this is my Google Search Console, and you can see the last 28 days, 9 clicks, 856 impressions. We also see if I change this to the last 24 hours, there's been a major change in this. Now, total clicks is 6. Again, this might be one of my own clicks somewhere along the line testing links, which I 100% accept. However, there is people that have joined the community and they've come directly from my website. So again, I need to double check to make sure it's all linking it in correctly. But again, as I said, I'm getting traffic, I'm getting potential leads easily using this system. Again, as I said, it doesn't take a long time to implement, and pretty much it's why wouldn't you do it, I suppose, is the key thing here. So look, first thing I'm supposed to tell everyone here is I have no idea about coding. If you're sitting there and you're thinking to yourself, oh my god, I don't know how to code, I don't know anything about SEO, I have very little knowledge of coding other than the fact I'm able to prompt what I want to build. And in terms of SEO, it's very basic information I know with SEO. However, through this entire process allows me to learn much more in comparison to just sitting there reading articles about it. So I'm a firm believer doing it will help you learn much quicker than just sitting there watching and things. So again, if you're watching this, definitely click the link in the description below, join the community. I have a breakdown of how you can actually build this out anyway as well. So again, tools everywhere for everyone. So you can see here I have 6 clicks, 182 impressions, and what we're going to do is I'm going to quickly jump over to my WordPress dashboard now, and from there you're going to see these are the posts. So these are my published posts. Hopefully you can see them all, and pretty much every single one of them are fairly decent in terms of, and it's roughly since down here, if you can see it, is pretty much when I started it all. And you see I haven't published a massive amount of articles. We have decent SEO and readabilities, which is obviously a good sign. And we have one more here, local SEO opportunity, that I've just ready to publish. So well, I suppose what I'll do is I'm going to show you what the system outputs for me. So this has been uploaded by AI 100% up to this point. And I had to do manually for this is I added the images to it. So the images are added manually. However, there's a section that gets uploaded down at the bottom here, and it gives me the image prompt and everything like that is done. So all I have to do is copy the image prompt, go over to an AI system, generate the prompt, and input it. Now, my next step here in my system is going to be using AI to step in here and give me the images pre-created through AI and APIs. Again, as I said, that's a bit more of the next step when it comes to having more funds available for it. But you can see SEO, readability, all these fields that you can see here, AI marketing, keyword focus, again, the SEO title, the slug, the meta description. These are all populated by the system. And over here on the right, if I just minimize myself for a minute, on the right, it creates the categories that's needed for it, gives us the tags, and pretty much we are ready to go. There is no fluff in this. There's no nonsense in it in terms of M dashes, big fancy words that are used kind of from AI that you often see happen. Internal linking, which is a vital step, and it's still not 100% the way I wanted, but it's still much better than what I would have. Again, internal links. So this links to the next article and the previous few articles, and all I do is I update my sitemap through the AI system. So you can see that is pretty much what it is. It's an in-depth article. It goes through whatever it is for the local. This is more of a, I suppose, for local SEO opportunity here. This is more of a hypothetical piece of content. What I'm trying to do more is we talk about AI and I talk about AI in marketing, and what tends to happen is if you're in a business, you're probably thinking there and you're looking is, well, how can AI help me because I run such and such a business? Well, what I try and do is if I was sitting in that position, if I was sitting there owning, in this case, a hair salon, what I've been doing is showing how AI can actually help a business owner in this environment. Now, this is based on my own kind of brief understanding of the industries in general. As I said, you will have a much deeper understanding of where it actually can help. But again, the whole aim of this is to open the mind, get it understanding where AI can actually help. So all I do then, I suppose this is a handy little trick if no one is familiar with this. When you post a blog article, more than likely what happens is you're getting zero traffic. You search for it, you can't find it. Pretty much Google hasn't indexed it. All I ever do with this, and again, all I do is copy the URL, which you can see here. I jump on over to the Google Search Console, which is again here, and all I do is I go to URL inspection and input the URL into it. And what this is going to do is going to allow Google to see, is it indexed? Pretty much mean, is it going to show up in Google search? So you can see straight away here, this is already appeared, it's in index. Google can see it, Google has put it into it, and pretty much what we're in a position now is it's opportunity to get it ranked and click-throughs and things like that. So the next big thing I suppose we want to jump into is keywords and getting citations in AI. That's going to be the next big thing. This system again creates all that with that in mind. We get content generated based on keywords. So I've targeted this keyword here, AI Instagram audit. You can see it here. You can see one of my articles, I think, over here. Go back to it. One of these articles talk about, which is here, about AI audits and Instagram. So again, I've made content on this, and you can see all we have is 50 to 250 searches per month for this keyword. Again, this is not crazy, you know what I mean? Even if it's 10, 15, it's not extreme. They're all low-hanging opportunities for us that we can take advantage of. There is no point in me searching, trying to target some of the bigger companies or bigger keywords, because I haven't a hope in doing that. Pretty much I'm going to feed off the bottom, and I'm going to take all the little pieces that everyone is pretty much avoiding completely, and I'm going to start building them all up to help generate traffic for the website. So again, if we jump over here, I've done a Google search here for AI Instagram audit, and pretty much the first lot of these are all sponsored results, so we hide them. Now we come to the actual listings. So you can see here, hopefully in these two spots are my content. So I've used this to target my Instagram. So again, this is an Instagram video that I made, and just to show it, or an Instagram image, you can see here this has been targeted on that keyword. So I also now have the article which has been ranked again here. You can see it, how to audit your Instagram account, AI tools in 2026. So again, you can see here what's happening. We're slowly starting to populate this keyword in two different spots. Now, what I've just changed in this is actually a YouTube video that I made, and what I'm doing is I'm hoping that by me changing the title and the description a bit more to focus on SEO search as well, that we might start to populate here. Now, as I said, that's the first thing unlocked here. We have access to SEO obviously through Google search. The next big thing is we need AI citations and things like that. So all I done here is I went to AI mode again, and just before I actually jump to that, if we just jump to images, you can see again this article here has been listed up here as the first image in relation to this search term. Again, as I said, we're going to compete, and I think that's another one. I just spotted it here. You can see here's another pretty much part of the article again is being ranked for it. So, you know, we're getting listed, we're getting Google to recognize us. So next step is jumping over here to AI mode, and this breaks down everything about the term, what AI can find. Now again, I'm not 100% sure with the likes of, say, ChatGPT, can I find much about, but what I might do is I'll do a quick test to see. But in here you can see all the different sources that this is gathered to generate this, and if we scroll down here, you can see one of those article sources are here from our own article, and this is someone else's video, I think. So you can see we have one placement here anyway, and I think that's all I could see at the moment. Yeah, so that's one, and I think it's coming up down here. So again, key metrics analyzed by AI. This is relating to these articles. So again, this is working here for us. Now, one of the key things here in this system of how this happens is we have this built out that when an article gets published, it automatically comes out with this schema, I think it is, encoded into it. So you can see, you might be able to see it down here. So you can see this little box here, and this is the actual code that's in the article when it's uploaded. So this allows me then allows it basically AI say, hey, look at us, you can look at our content and use it in your references. That's pretty much what it is. As I mentioned, you can build this 100% yourself if you want to. If you're not 100% sure, you're still pretty much the way I was maybe a month ago, having a clue where to start with this. Join the community. The resources are there. Everything is 100% free. As I said, if you're interested in doing it, definitely join. Any questions you can ask, I'm more than happy to help. I'm all about trying to help as many people as we can, because I think the more people that take advantage of this, the better it's going to be for your business. So you can see here this entire system basically builds off a YouTube transcript for me in this scenario. And all I do is input the transcript. AI then extracts the core concepts of this and starts creating the articles for me. Now, it doesn't just go off and start creating an article for the sake of creating it. It goes into it. There's a lot of different checkpoints that are involved here. I think I have 3 different checkpoints. It goes through SEO plan, content plan. Again, breaks it all down here. Information, key facts here. This is based on information that is searched through online search as well. So again, it uses this information to kind of further enhance, I suppose, the article. So one of the key things to remember is a lot of people tend to do is they create articles for their blogs. They use AI, and more than likely what's happening is you're typing in something random into it. So again, that didn't come through yet at the moment. So again, what you're doing is create me an article on that topic, and pretty much that is it. They'll copy this and they'll send it off, and pretty much wonder why it's generic, it's simple, it's boring, it's plain, and it tends to turn out like this, just lists. So that is pretty much what you're doing wrong, because you're giving it no context, you're giving it no understanding. So for me here, I have it set up that I have, where is it gone? We have articles, obviously the information. It has knowledge somewhere there. I can't see it at the moment. It has obviously the technical SEO package. So this is pretty much the output here for it. Again, it based everything on a different score. So again, if it doesn't reach a score for me, what happens is the agents pretty much send it back and say, look, redo this. It's not good enough for what we want. We have, as I mentioned, the technical SEO package. Again, these are the articles, content plan, SEO plan. Where else have we got? This information down here, if you can see it, is config. So this is obviously information about me and about the local side of things. So again, you can see here, these are the local areas that I want mentioned in some of my local SEO articles. These are the landmarks, local as well. Again, this is key, and I think this is vital for what I'm building out. And we have links. Again, these are all my anchor patterns that I want to appear in my articles, especially if it's for, say, join the membership, become a member, things like that. It's perfect. We have then site config. These are all links, again, for just internal linking if we want to. And then rules that follow specific style, things like that. So again, we don't want to have hyperlinks that are basically just the entire URL. We want an actual active hyperlink is the key thing. I have a set amount of word counts that each article has to be. Again, what happens is if it comes along and it's 3,000 words and I have a max 2,000 to 2,500, it'll tell it, and AI will redo the whole lot of it and pretty much give me the output again. So as I said, the system is there. As I said, I'm on the 20 euro or $20 plan for a Claude. I've used this a lot for everything I do. You see it most of the time, and you can still see here like 6 hours in this resets, and I've only used 45%. Hopefully you can see it there now. I've only used 45%. So as I said, it's a massive opportunity for roughly 20 euros and maybe an hour setting it up and 10 minutes doing it. You can generate your content every single day for you. So turn my articles or my YouTube videos into articles, and pretty much from there it generates more traffic for me to help obviously build up the entire website and just get more leads and more clients. Simple and straightforward. It's not rocket science. Google don't penalize AI content. That's one of the key things. People seem to assume that it's AI created. It's rubbish. If I'm honest with you, if I create an article myself, it's rubbish anyway. I'm not good at writing articles, things like that. There's going to be other people out there that will say AI content is rubbish. Yes, if you're better at creating articles and you can do it much better yourself, do it yourself. But if you're in a position that you struggle to create content in terms of writing articles, it maybe takes you maybe 6-12 hours to create one piece of article that's maybe 1,000 words, then I feel that by using AI and giving it the right information, the right understanding of what you're trying to create, will get you to, as I said, 80% of the work is done. You come through it, then you see the key things that you really want to change for it, and you give it your own spin if it's needed in it. And again, I recommend give it your own spin, because that is one of the key things I think that makes it stand. So look, that is pretty much the entire system, how I built it, what I'm doing, how it's actually working for me. This could all change in another week, I don't know, but as I said, for the time being, I'm all about building the systems to reduce your workload and increase your overall reach. And I think this is an opportunity definitely that's worth kind of pushing more into and seeing what's happening. So look, we're going to leave it there. Thanks very much for watching, and I hope everyone has a great day.